Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great show for you today. I'm your boy Jersey the King. This is the Gridiron. We've got a lot of news to talk about. The merger's been approved by the FTC. We've got an actual start date for the season. We'll talk about how everybody feels about that. And it's the playoff push in the NFL, championship week in college football. And we got a new topic of the week. Should the MVP award be renamed the QB award or the best QB of the season award? More and much more coming today on the Gridiron. Sit back, relax. It's showtime, baby. Let go. So, welcome to the Gridiron. Happy Saturday to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, salutations, the whole nine. Today is going to be a great day, man. And I'm telling you this because I know it. The news that we've gotten about the merge, there's so much football going on right now. It's an exciting weekend. I can honestly say that. We got some big games coming up in the NFL this week. We've got a huge day in college football today. It's championship week, and all the conference championship games are on today, and it's going down. If you weren't around yesterday to see Washington beat Oregon again for the second time this season and to take home the Pac-12 championship, you missed out on a great game. Michael Penix Jr., what can you say, man? That guy right there, he's going to be an NFL caliber quarterback and playing at a high level when he gets into the NFL. You could see it right now. But as I said, man, it's a great week for some football. It's a great weekend to talk about some football. So let's get into it. You know what I mean? How's everybody doing today? First and foremost, how's everybody doing today? Happy holiday season. You know, it's the beginning of the holiday season, I guess, when it comes to like Christmas and New Year's and all that. So I hope everybody's doing well, enjoying time with your families. So let's get into some football. Ladies and gentlemen, the merger has been approved. Let me repeat. The merger has been approved. Not signed, not completed. There's no official word that the merger is fully complete and ready to go. It has been approved by the FTC. The antitrust portion of it has been approved. So they can go forward with the actual merge. Doesn't mean that the merge is complete. And the reason why I keep reiterating that is because there's a lot of reports out there with people saying, hey, the merge has actually been completed and this, that, and the third, but they're not stating true facts. A lot of people are saying the merger has been completed. A lot of people are saying, oh, there's going to be this amount of teams and that amount of teams. And we don't know. We honestly don't know. So to sit here and keep speculating, to sit here and keep saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is how many teams is going to be in the league. If I were you, don't listen to that. Let's be honest. If I were you, I would not listen to that at all. Because there's no truth to that. There's been no official word. Yes, the season does kick off. From what we've gotten, the season will be kicking off on March 30th, 2024. Now, again, there are no official teams that's been announced. There are no official anything at all. What's going on, Mike? Welcome in, Mike Tackett. How are you doing? Flame, what's going on, brother? Hit. How you guys doing? Happy Saturday to you all. Thank you for being here. Real quick, Mike Tackett says, why isn't Penix getting as much attention as Drake May and Caleb Williams? I've said all year that he's the best quarterback in the upcoming draft. I think he's a perfect fit for Seattle. I happen to actually agree with you. I think it would be really good if he were to come in, get drafted by Seattle, and actually, sit under Geno for a year, because Geno's been through it. As long as Geno's been in the league, he's been a starter, he's been a bench warmer, he's been a starter, he's been a bench warmer, and now he's a starter. You know what I mean? So that could actually work out. And I agree. I think Michael Penix Jr. is the best overall quarterback in college football right now. Regardless of what Caleb Williams did last year and what he's doing so far this year, or what he's done this year doesn't even stack up to what he did last year. For the last 2 seasons, Michael Penix Jr. has been that guy. He's gotten Washington to where they are now, and he's been that guy. Mike says, thoughts on the new league? Potentially having 8 teams per CBS report. I think 12 is a good number. I'm not even going to listen to the CBS sports reports. I'm not listening to anything about how many teams there are going to be until the USFL and the XFL make an actual announcement. Until Russ Brandon and those different execs are on a video, saying, hey, this is what's going to be. These are the teams. This is where they're playing. This is when the league is going to start. First game is going to be this day, yada, yada, yada. If not, I'm not listening to it, guys, because it's all speculation and rumors. Until we get an official word from Russ Brandon, Danny Garcia, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Daryl Johnston, until we get actual confirmation from them, those 4 to 5 figures, I'm not listening to it at all. And Flame says, exactly, nothing has been confirmed yet, and it's just mere speculation. You're exactly right. Now, how do you guys feel about the March 30th start date? Are you okay with it? Do you feel a little, sideways about it? What really is the feeling that we get hearing that March 30th could be a possible start date? Let me know what you guys feel, or let me know what your opinion is about that, because I think it's going to be big. It's going to be really big. Now, another thing I want you guys to pay attention to, okay, is that when we first heard this, well, I actually, the crazy thing is, I actually reported this Wednesday night before everything even broke on Thursday. I reported this Wednesday night, and everybody's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. My sister's friend's baby dad's this. Like, I was getting all type of crazy comments and messages and all this other stuff. People were telling me that I didn't know what I was talking about, that I was lying, that I was just making false news to get likes and things of that nature. And then the very next morning, what happens? What I said exactly came to fruition. I said the merger has been approved. Rumors state that we may get an announcement this week or early next week. We just have to wait and see. That was my post. And I got ripped up. But then the very next day, Danny Garcia is posting on her Instagram page. Russ Brandon is making an official announcement to the team, the XFL executives and things like that. Hey, you may have seen on social media posts that the merge has been approved. This is the third. All of that came out the next morning. So I say that to say this. You never know. What a person may know when they're putting out these rumors or putting out this news. What's going on, Rig? Welcome in, brother. How you doing today, bro? Now, my thing is this. If they only made that specific announcement, why are we already speculating teams? All these people on here, and I don't want to put nobody out there and put anybody on blast, but hell, I'm going to do it. Mike Mitchell, buddy, let's keep it real. You weren't the first to report this. I was. I seen Mark Thompson's post saying, damn, they signed it. And seeing your post, merger signed, sealed, and delivered. Where has the merge been actually signed? Where is their word that the merge has been signed and completed? Nowhere. The only word we've gotten is that it's been approved and that the start date is on the 30th. So I'm just going to say what it is. That's fake news. Because now we're going from the merge has been completed, it's signed, sealed, and approved, and it's going to be delivered to us, and this is that and the third, like it's a whole damn package in the mail. No. And then you go from there to, well, rumors state that it's going to be this amount of teams. When? When did we hear any of that? Hey, Mom. Welcome in, Mom. How are you this morning? Like, when did any of that get said? Where in the hell do we get that there's only going to be 8 teams now? But they're still selling tickets for the Seattle Sea Dragons. They're still selling tickets for the Orlando Guardians. They're still trying to get the Vegas Vipers into the Las Vegas ballpark. So how can we sit here and speculate on what teams are going to be in this league? Hell, they're even selling tickets for Canton games on USFL. The New Orleans Breakers are getting a stadium renovated for them. No. Flame, no. Mike did not mean that. Mike did not mean that. I will pull up Mark Thompson's. I will pull it up right now. I'm going to pull it up and show you what that man said. He did not mean that. He said signed, sealed, and approved. I'm going to pull it up for you right now. This is what I really want to show you guys, though. This is official from the USFL's player union. And as we all see, yesterday, and this was as of November 30th. But see, that's the thing. No one told him anything. No one has said anything to anybody about how many teams are going to be specifically, where they're going to be playing, or any of that. Because like I just said, they're giving out tickets. They're still selling tickets for the Seattle Sea Dragons and the Orlando Guardians and Vegas. Like, I can go right now and get tickets for Vegas Vipers games for this upcoming season. Why is that? On the Seattle Sea Dragons website, as well as the Orlando Guardians websites, when it comes to buying tickets, it states, if anything changes, we will update all season ticket holders. But I'm just saying, they're speculating, oh, it's this amount of teams in this and the third. Now, give me one second. Let me pull it up. Because you're going to see it. See, he said not signing till 2024, and I don't know where. Like, he can't. He's talking about other people can't hold water. You can't hold water. You telling everything and trying to be encrypted. Now, here it is. Damn, they signed it, right? Mike Mitchell. They didn't sign anything. They approved the intent, or they approved the merger. They didn't sign the merger. The merger hasn't been completely signed yet. That's the thing. That's the key here. That is the key. And this right here doesn't give anybody any type of validation. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There's no validation in that. But you're making it seem like there is. You get what I mean? That's why I say this is where we're jumping the gun. right here. This is where we're jumping the gun. Signed, sealed, and approved. We can't say that. Now, don't get me wrong. Mike Mitchell is a great journalist. And he's actually been pretty good with the news that he's been announcing over the last year or so since the XFL's been back up and running and with the USFL. I can honestly say that. But what I'm saying is when it comes to this merger, this right here doesn't mean nothing. It means nothing whatsoever. You get what I mean? It means nothing whatsoever. That does not mean that the merge is actually complete whatsoever. So we can't sit here and go off of what is being stated by journalists right now and insiders, because hell, the coaches, staff, players don't even know. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, we got to pump our brakes and just go by what we're getting directly from the leagues. As of right now, still the XFL and the USFL. So all the information that's coming from them, that's what we need to take and listen to. All this other stuff, take with a grain of salt and wait till you see some type of validation to back that up. Now, when I made my post Wednesday night, I knew that confirmation was coming the next day. I knew it. And everybody's like, oh, well, where's your source? Who's your source? Good journalists do not give up their sources. Never have, never will. Unless they're getting out of the business and they don't care. Exactly, Rick. Everyone needs to just calm down and be patient. Hell, we've been patient enough since they announced the intent. So let's be patient enough and wait so they can announce all the details. All of the details. Let's stop speculating, because this is the thing about speculation. When you speculate so much, when you don't get what you want out of those speculations that you made, you're heartbroken. Oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. They wasn't planning on it. But I keep telling everybody the reason why it's taking as long as it's taking right now is because more than likely they want to get everything right. What's going on, Robert? Welcome in, brother. We've been going back and forth at it a little bit. Robert was on my head. He was like, hey, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And then the very next day. But Robert is man enough to say, hey, you were right. This, that, and the third. So welcome in, Robert. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Good morning, B. Welcome in. How are you this morning? Happy Saturday. Go Cowboys. We won. You already know. Greg says all these posts are going to do is push people away quickly. That's all that's going to happen. That's all that's going to happen. Hey, Chang. What's going on, brother? X-Fan Show. X-U Fan Show. I don't know. Are we going to get the F out of here? Or are we going to get the X out of here? We don't know yet. What's going on, A-Train? How you doing today, brother? How are you doing today, brother? If you guys do not know about the X-Fan Show or the X-Fan Legion or the Slam Ball podcast by my man A-Train, a.k.a. Arlington Lane, hit him up. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Facebook. Check him out on Twitter. The whole nine. But yeah, again, I think that the reason why the announcements are taking so long. What's going on, cousin? The queen is in. Amanda, how you doing? B-Hawk Live represented. Here's my cousin. Finally, you brought your goofy ass in here, man. Oh, yes. And let's talk about Slam Ball real quick. Let's talk about Slam Ball. I liked this past season. I'm excited for the next season. I'm excited for next season. The mob, oh, we're going crazy next season. I just want everybody to know. We're going crazy next season. Okay, I got you. We will talk about it. Listen, sir, you can put your headphones on or your little earbuds. Turn on. You ain't got to watch the video. Just listen to the podcast, sir. Or go check it out on Spotify. My nickname is Ebony Chrome Dome. You know, because my alopecia got rid of all my hair. So they call me Ebony Chrome Dome. But no, I want to know how you guys feel about that March 30th start date. I want the comments to start going crazy. Oh yeah, you can't yeah, we can't afford for you to make no mistakes, sir. We can't afford to have that. He said I like the nickname Ebony Chrome Dome. No, but I honestly want to know how you guys feel about the March 30th start date. Do you like it? Love it? Hate it? On the fence about it? How do you guys feel about the March 30th start date? Because in my opinion, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, hell, we all like the spring league football season. Hey, it's all love, bro. It's all love. I don't even mind. No, but I just think it's not. Like I said, I think we all would love to see the season start right after the Super Bowl, a week after the Super Bowl. But with how late things are going, or how late things are being announced and things like that, it is a family trait. I got a few relatives that got alopecia. That's the crazy thing. It is a family trait, though. No, but B, you got to start watching spring football. Spring football is good football, regardless of what anybody thinks or says. Spring football is good football. On top of that, if you love the sport of football, now you get football during the winter months, like normal with the NFL in college, and then boom, you transition right into spring football. That's the only downfall of them starting the season in March to me. Now, if you look at it, the USFL did start their season last year in what, April? Or this past season in what, April? And they did okay as far as the viewers. They did really well with the viewers. It was just the fans not being in the stands, and everybody's like, oh, that's what. Like, don't get me wrong. The fans not being in the stands kind of took away that football experience, that real true football experience. But if you're just watching it to watch the game and to see how the game is for this spring league, you can't deny the USFL had good football. Regardless, they had good football. Just like the XFL had good football. There was just the difference was the XFL had the fans to get you into the game when you're sitting at home. That beer snake was epic. Throwing lemons on the field. Epic. You get what I mean? So just having the super fans, the whole nine, it's epic. It's something that needs to stay around in spring football. And I think that with what they're trying to do, it gives us a chance to do that. But it depends on how many teams they really put in this first season. Now, Rick says, or well, Hit says, I mean, if it has to be like they have no other choice, then it's whatever. But if they can change it, but it could work around, but they only hurting themselves and screwing fans. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Riggs says, I'm good with it. Gives us a build up to the season coming out of the NFL season. It does. And then on top of that, B says, I just love football. Well, you got to start watching the spring football. But on top of that, Rig, it also, starting the season in April, they can end the season around July, August, right? Because it's going to be a longer season. It has to be a longer season. But just look at it this way, depending on how they do it, depending on how many teams there are. But look at it this way. You start the season in around April, March 30th, April. Baseball season is just starting. Hockey's ending. Basketball's getting ready to end. College basketball's getting ready to end. The whole nine. So it's a good way to get a lot of the attention on the league and to get people to watch the games because there's no other sports that are really going to be interested in and people interested in watching, because baseball's not very popular when it comes to getting views. It is, but it isn't. And I honestly believe that starting the game or starting the season around March 30th, April 1st, it's not bad. Because after that season's over, you're right back into the preseason for the NFL. Right back into the preseason in August. As well as college football, spring coming around, college football spring games, and then the college football season started. So I can't talk no shit this year because the Girl Scouts, man. He hates the Cowboys too. I know. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Because, Danny DeVito, Tommy DeVito, whatever his name is, Mr. DeVito. I don't know. He might do all right for y'all next season, but Danny Jones is coming. I don't know. Y'all season's done and over with. Next season's done and over with for y'all. So just look to rebuild after you get rid of all that money that you wasted on Daniel Jones. Just saying. Only issue Rig has is it's hot as hell in Texas by that point. And I understand that. Just like out here in Vegas. It's hot as hell. You know what I mean? But we get football. We just have to see how all this is going to play out, guys. Honestly, we're getting football. We're getting good football on top of that. We're getting football in the spring. Then we turn right back around and get football in the summer or in the winter. And see, I don't mind the break because you look at it this way. NFL season ends in February, right? Super Bowl's always in February. NFL season ends in February. You take the rest of February, all of March off, and that gives people anticipation for the upcoming spring football season, right? I think that's one way of them looking at it and starting the season as late as they are. On top of that, with how everything's going right now with this merge and having to get everything in place and get teams ready, it also gives them a chance to have spring training, or mini camps and OTAs and all that, and training camp in the month of February and all of March. This way they get full training camps leading into the season this season, instead of not getting a full training camp and only getting half of it, and then the rest of the training camp is done in season, and we're getting terrible football at the beginning. Now we're going to get a chance to get good football right off the bat. Teams are going to be meshed. They're going to have their collective minds together and all that good stuff. Like, they're going to be on the same page. Teams are going to be able to get together with each other, practice, get their game plans down, build a relationship and a bond and all that, and a brotherhood with all the team players and the coaches and all that stuff. Like, they're giving themselves time. That's another reason why I think they're starting it in March on the 30th, to give themselves time and to give the players and the coaches a full mini camp and full training camp, because they need it. Rick says getting young kids involved in something is the greatest part to me. Yeah, definitely. On the fan side, and as you see what I believe it's the the Memphis Showboats, they're holding a youth. They're actually holding a youth football thing for the kids in Memphis. Like, they're not stopping. You know what I mean? They're not stopping anything they're doing. If you notice, no team in the XFL or the USFL is stopping what they're doing at all. No team. They're continuing to sign players. They're continuing to sell tickets. They're continuing to do different events and fundraisers and things like that. So, in all actuality, we don't know what the hell's going to happen. And we can sit there and bank on that because we don't know. No insider, no other sports journalist or vodcaster or anybody can sit here and say specifically, these are the teams that's going to be in this new league. This is how this is going to work. This team's getting moved here, yada, yada. No one can say any of that because nobody knows. Hell, probably half the staff don't even know. So we literally just have to sit back and wait. Hit says some people want it to be rushed so it can fail. Let's be real. Exactly. You don't want to rush this at all. My cousin Mark says I have never agreed with the 40 mil. That was fucking stupidity. It's been finest, best. But hey, there's always next year. We'll keep the seat next. Yeah, because paying Daniel Jones all that money was stupid. Stupid. You should have franchise tagged Daniel Jones, gave Saquon an extension, and you would have been good. You could have even saved money and got some more weapons. Just saying. Giants are trash. No, but honestly, I don't mind the March 30th start date for the season. Hey, treat it like fine wine and watch it take off. Exactly. But yeah, again, I don't mind it starting March 30th. I don't think it's such a bad deal. I think it'll actually be okay. Just that the summer months, yeah, it's going to be hot as hell. Understandable. They better keep some fans and a lot of water and a lot of ice on the sidelines. That's all. Freeze bottled waters and leave them in a cooler. I'm just saying, it could all work. Now, let's speculate. Why not? Let's speculate. I still think that there's going to be 16 teams. And I think that's why all this is taking so long. I think behind the scenes, the USFL are getting fields for their teams. I think they're making deals and signing contracts or signing leases for their teams. I really do. I honestly do. I don't see why there wouldn't be. Jersey, do you think spring football can be sustainable long term? Train, honestly, yes. But it has to be done the right way. It has to be done the right way. If, for instance, they have to start off with 10 teams, 12 teams instead of a full 16. If that's what's going to make it work in the long run, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If don't get me wrong. If it starts off with 8 teams, it's going to be disappointing. Not saying that it won't work and it won't allow them to be sustainable for the next few years or for a long term, but it'll be harder if they use only 8 teams to start off with this merged league. It'll be a lot harder because of the fans. You take away 8 of these teams, you take away a large percentage of your fan base on both ends of each league. You take away a large percent of the fan base for USFL fans. You take a large percent of the fan base away from XFL fans in these teams. So I think it can be sustainable for a long time. It just needs to be done right in this first year of the league being merged. It has to, because if it's not done right, they're going to set themselves up for failure. Period. They're going to set themselves up for failure, and that's what we don't want. Because if this league merges and now you rush into it or you don't do it the right way, it's done. It's done. Forever. I keep saying this. If they don't do this merge correctly, spring football will never, ever be a thing again. Why? Because too many times you've had to restart. Too many times you have to bring it back. We've had year-long breaks and 10 years of breaks and all this other stuff. We don't want to keep going through that. This is the final restart that we want. We don't want any more revamps. We don't want any of that. We want a merged league that's going to be sustainable for long term. So they have to do it correctly. And I don't give a damn what nobody says. These executives, Danny Garcia, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Daryl Johnston, Fox Sports, Redbird Capital, all these people have millions and millions of dollars. The Rock bought a damn MMA fighter a damn mansion. $1 million plus mansion. And you're telling me you can't take that same million plus or 2 million plus that you spent on that man's damn mansion and put it towards your league? But you can buy an MMA fighter who has nothing to do with freaking football a $2 million mansion? Come on, dude. Put some money into the league. You want to complain about how much money you lost? So what? It's your first year. You're going to lose money. But if you do it correctly, the next few years down the line, your return on investment is going to be through the roof. But you have to spend money to make money. You have to be willing to think outside the box and do what others say you can't do to make your league survive. So yes, I do think it can be sustainable for long term, but it has to be done correctly from this point. Starting now, they have to go in this merge doing it right from the jump, getting it right from the jump, willing to spend that money that they have to get this shit right. Like I said, I think that the USFL is getting fields for their teams. They're selling Canton tickets for games in Canton. So I really think that behind the scenes, they got a lot more down with this merge than we all think. I think there's a lot more that's been done behind the scenes that nobody knows about except those specific people in the executive roles. So I think when they make the official announcement, it's going to be a huge bombshell that gets dropped on us. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, damn, I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, wow. I thought it was only going to be 8 teams because I listened to such and such. Oh, well, everybody was speculating this and speculating that, and we were only supposed to get 12 teams, or we were only supposed to get 8 teams, or we were only supposed to get 4 USFL teams and 8 XF or 4 XFL teams and 8 USFL teams. We don't know nothing. And I think the more speculating we do, the more heartbreak people are going to be. I honestly think that, man. No, we don't need a whistleblower for the merge. No, we don't. And the reason why I say I don't think we need a whistleblower for the merge hit is because we get a whistleblower, they put out news that wasn't supposed to be announced yet, and then these guys go back and say, well, hell, let's do it differently now. Let's change it up. You never know. I mean, I'm just saying, you never know. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen, but it could happen. They could be like, yeah, you weren't supposed to give that information out, so we're going to do it differently. I know you trolling. What's going on, David? Welcome in, brother. How are you today? David says, I would think the teams in both leagues that are currently selling tickets would likely be moving forward. David, all the teams are selling tickets. Literally. You can still get season tickets for everybody, if I'm not mistaken. You can still get season tickets for the Houston Roughnecks. I can still get season tickets for my Vegas Vipers right now. Seattle Sea Dragons still selling season tickets. Orlando Guardians still selling season tickets. Go Eagles. Don't come in here. Y'all about to get y'all ass whipped tomorrow. I'm going to get to you in a second, Isaiah. Don't even trip, Perp. I'm going to get to you in a second. Don't go nowhere. All right? I've been waiting. You and your damn Eagles. They're going to get your ass whipped tomorrow, and then we'll see y'all next week in Arlington. Jerry's World. Y'all better bring y'all A++ game, damn it. Just saying. Now, how you doing, bro? Happy Saturday, my man. Appreciate you being here. No, but real talk, man, like, damn near every team is selling tickets. And like I said, the New Orleans Breakers has a field getting renovated for them. For them. Not a hub. Let's make sure we understand that. The New Orleans Breakers are getting a field renovated for them. So what does that tell you? They're selling tickets in Canton for Canton, Ohio games. What does that tell you? possibly a team being moved to Canton. Maybe the Maulers, Canton Maulers. Just saying, it's not working out in Pittsburgh. You feel me? I'm just saying. I know, right? You gotta let Double G know beforehand. Oh yeah, everybody. Please say a prayer for Gabe and his family. His daughter's getting surgery this morning. She may be actually in the surgery as we're speaking. So please, everybody, make sure you say a little prayer for Gabe and his family, and pray for his daughter especially, please. Greatly appreciate you guys, and he will be back next week so we can talk that ish. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I really think that there's a lot more that's been done behind the scenes than we think. And when they make this announcement, and I think that's why, like I keep saying, I think that's why it's taking so long for them to make an announcement. Because they still have some things that they're working on, in my opinion, or else it wouldn't take this long. Just saying. Because you got to look at it like this. I believe the Arena Football League and it's called the CIL or the CIF, something like that. It's another football league that the Arena Football League merged with. When they announced their merge, they announced it like the merge has been complete. This, that, and the third. This is what's happening in the upcoming season. They already had everything ready to go before they even announced the merge. The XFL and the USFL went about it the wrong way. They announced an intent to merge first, and then they made us sit here and wait 3-4 months. And now we've just got an announcement or 2 months, I should say. And now we've just got an announcement that the merge has been approved. So there's still so much up in the air. As of right now, according to the XFL websites and USFL websites, not all teams are currently selling season tickets. All the XFL websites, all but Houston and Vegas, are selling season tickets. Houston and Vegas are only selling season ticket deposits. So can I get a ticket? Can I still put a deposit down for a ticket? Just asking. I'm just asking. Am I still able to pay to purchase something? Am I still able to put money down? If the team was going to be no more, they would have already said, hey, we're axing this and we're giving you your money back. That's why I'm saying everybody needs to stop speculating on what teams they're going to be, because, again, thank you, deposits are still a purchase. It's still a purchase. You no longer have that money. Now that money's sitting there in ticket form. Hey, you got a deposit on season tickets. Once everything's done and official, you can put the remaining, pay for the remaining balance or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, right now you're able to put a deposit down or buy tickets for every single team in the XFL and the USFL. It's business as usual to these teams. If you don't know, or if you're not paying attention to them, they're signing letters of intent. They're re-signing players. Frank Ginda just left the Michigan Panthers for good and is on the Atlanta Falcons practice squad. It's still business as usual. But again, he said, do they ever do anything right? Welcome in, Kevin. How are you today, bro? It's a Kevin thing, If people don't know, my real name's Kevin. But anyways, I'm just saying, you can still buy tickets. You can still put down a deposit for tickets. A deposit is still a purchase. They're still letting you be, it's still available for you to purchase a ticket or make a deposit for season tickets, because there's no, well, this team isn't going to be in the league next year. This team, there is no official confirmation. So we can't sit back and say, oh, well, this is what's going on, and this team's getting axed and that team's getting axed. If I can go make a deposit right now, you're right. Well, how the hell are we going to sell season tickets without a stadium, buddy? The Vegas Vipers are trying to get a deal done. The XFL's Vegas Vipers are trying to get a deal done and get a lease signed for the Las Vegas ballpark, the new and improved ballpark that was built for the AAA baseball team, the Las Vegas Aviators. So, and with Houston, they don't know if the renovations are going to be completely done at Choctaw, however you say that, at Choctaw Stadium. And they're trying to get everything right with the Rice Stadium so that they have an alternative place to play at until the renovations are done at Choctaw. So that's why actual tickets aren't being sold like that for Vegas or Houston, because they don't have a field still. We canceled that deal with Cashman. That's why the Vipers are looking for a new home. What's going on, Honcho? What's going on, my boy? Irk in the building. How you doing, bro? Welcome in. But yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's the reason, David. Vegas still has to get a lease signed with the Las Vegas ballpark and get that approved and okayed. And Houston still needs to figure out what's going on with Choctaw Stadium and Rice. And if Rice is going to be where they start the season off playing, or if the renovations are going to be done at Choctaw. So that's the reason why they're only having deposits for my top picks for what? That's why they only have deposits for Houston and Vegas. David says, I guess what I'm trying to say is that at the very least, the teams that are actually selling season tickets right now and not just deposits would likely be moving forward. We can't say that, though. None of us can say that because we don't know. Oh, I'm about to get into that. I'm about to get right into that, Honcho. Don't even worry, brother. Rick says, deposits lock you in for once they make the announcement. So you have made a purchase and finish your payment once tickets get released. Exactly. That's how that works. But I get what you're saying, David. And I'm not trying to be rude or bashful or disrespectful or any way. I'm just saying we don't know what teams are in and what teams may be out if that's how they're going to do it. They may drop a bombshell on us that all 16 teams are going to be in this merged league, because there has been no official announcement. There's only been speculation since the end of last season. Since the end of this past season, there's only been speculation that the Vegas Vipers are getting moved. They're moving a team to San Diego or Portland or this, that, and the third. Let's keep it real. The only team that may possibly get moved to Portland is the Breakers. Why? Because the Breakers were in Portland back in the 80s. Just saying. I like this. I mean, Honcho says it's kind of a ripoff if they do it that way, but at the same time, the merge is going to change the game. And it is. It's going to change the game for spring football. And it's going to put spring football on a whole nother level and actually let it be not a competitor to the NFL, but it's like the UFC and PFL, the Professional Fighters League. PFL just purchased Bellator MMA. So now the PFL has put themselves right up there with the UFC, roster-wise and events. And then the way the PFL does everything, it's a season format and not a year-round format like the UFC. So when it comes to this football merge, Now spring football is going to be could be right up there with the NFL as far as views and popularity. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be as popular as the NFL. I'm not saying that at all. Don't try and say, oh, well, Georgia said it's going to be as popular. No, I didn't. It could have the potential to grow and be as popular as the NFL. You get what I'm saying? David said, right, we don't know. There may be some out of left field details that we don't know about. Exactly. And like I said, when they drop this announcement on us, it could be a bombshell like no other. Hey, we got all 16 teams staying in the league, in the new merged league. These teams are going to be playing here. You know what I mean? Like, they could really have everything going. Honcho says it's going to be in the same contendership as NFL, basically like the UFC and WWE merging. Exactly. And that's huge. My cousin says, I love you too, cuz, man. Have a good day at work. If you're at work right now, man, I appreciate you stopping in. All love, man. I love you. You have a great one, brother. But yeah, this merge is going to change the spring football game if it's done correctly. And David, like you said, they could have some out of left field details that they're holding off on, because when they make this announcement, they want to do it correctly. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to sit here and rush into it, and then they're stuck in the same predicament that they've been stuck in. I think they want to do it the right way, to where we get through this season, it's a great season, we go to next season. Get through next season, it's a great season, we go on to the next season. You know what I mean? It says, but look at how many people are returning, whether it's football or not. There's hella shockers coming. Yeah. Because you have to look at it like this. I think, like how Mark Thompson's sitting here making all these cryptic comments on his Twitter page and all that. I think they're doing that on purpose. I think they're doing that just to get the talk, just to keep the USFL and the XFL relevant, just to keep the popularity somewhat where it is. You know what I mean? I think they're doing it on purpose, and I think that, because come on now, I'm a free agent. I'm gonna be signing next in 2024. I just don't know where. Of course you don't. No free agent knows where they're going to sign right away. Cletus, like, come on, bro. Nobody knows. No free agent knows where they're going to sign. Why? Because it hasn't been done. So, to me, David says, to me, it would be foul to encourage a team to sell actual season tickets and then tell them that they won't be in the new league. But then again, it's not unprecedented that someone says one thing and then does another. Example, Exactly, David. Exactly. Perfect example. I like it. Rick says it's plugging. Yes, it is, man. That's all it is. Oh, Hancho says, matter of fact, people of EuroLeague, they're drafting hella people to the NBA and so imagine what the USFL and XFL is going to do. Exactly. They've been signing letters of intent for how many months now, guys? Like 2 months? Ever since the intent to merge was announced, we just saw a whole ton of players signing intent letters. So that means you intend to play with these teams. That's what an intent letter, a letter of intent, means. You intend to do something, and the details are here in this letter. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, all this speculation is just driving people crazy. And now you're getting these far-fetched stories and speculations and rumors, and then, oh, well, I heard from this dude who heard from this dude who heard from this insider who heard from this other insider who heard from Lil Johnny from across the street who heard from Oscar the Grouch in the trash can, and he got some garbage news. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about here? Let's get the real words from XFL and USFL execs, or UFL, or National Spring Football League, NSFL execs. Let's get word directly from them before we continue more speculation, guys. That's all I'm saying. Let's just get more word from them. Let's get a direct quote from someone in that executive role in this new merged league that we're going to have, whether it be the United Football League or the National Spring Football League. Let's just get actual confirmation before we continue to speculate. Because if not, we're just going to sit here and keep speculating. And keep speculating. And then you're going to get all these far-fetched stories from all these different Facebook groups and Twitter pages and all that. And it's not going to be good for us. Rumors are like assholes. Everyone has them. Just depends on the shit that comes out. Hey, what's going on, Trey? Welcome in, bro. Yeah, it's the truth. Rick says hype people up for before the season. We all screamed they didn't promote enough last season. This could be their way of getting us hyped, a kind of subliminal message type of thing. Exactly. Excuse me. Exactly. They could just be setting us up. Yeah, what's going on, Trey? My boy Trey, he's actually from my RP server. If you guys aren't familiar, I've been talking about it a lot. I have a role play server. So anybody who actually does play 5M or play like GTA Online on the PC and you're into RP or role play, come join Chaos City. You know what I mean? Hit me up on Facebook if you need a link to the Discord so you can get whitelisted, because we are a whitelist server. But come join us on there, man. We got some new stuff that just popped up. You know what I'm saying? We actually just added in a daily login rewards system to where you log in every day and actually be on the server. You get rewarded for it. Oh, boom, right here. There you go. You can join our server right there. Click that Discord link right there, and that'll get you to our server, get you whitelisted. You have to fill out a whitelist app, of course, and come enjoy it. Come have some fun with us. But back to football, guys. Back to football. Now, like I said, we just have to sit back. We got to wait and see what happens. But this is good news. This is good news for all spring football lovers and all spring football fans. This is really, really good news. We got something. We didn't get everything. We didn't get the whole meat on the bone, but we got a piece. You know what I mean? We got that little sample size serving. So now we just got to sit back, relax, and wait and see what happens. Because Russ Brandon said it. More details will be coming out in the coming weeks. He said it himself. More details will be coming out in the coming weeks. So we just have to wait. We literally just have to wait. And that's all. That's it. That's all. How do you guys feel about this? Do you honestly think that moving forward, if the merge is done correctly, like A-Train was asking, do you guys think that it can be sustainable for years to come? If they do this merge correctly for spring football, can spring football last for 10 plus years or more to come? Just let me know, y'all. Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. Just let me know. The chat's open. Now, let's move on to the NFL. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys, baby? Y'all said we couldn't beat a team above 500. They said we can't win against winning teams. Absolutely sustainable. What's going on, John? Welcome in, brother. Absolutely sustainable. Rick says they have to make sure they keep the trust of the fans. Very true. I do agree. It says at this point, I don't care until it happens. I don't blame you. Kevin says, I think it can if it is done correctly, but it's a slim chance that it will be done correctly. I honestly think that. Doriel, welcome in. First time viewer, first time chatter. How are you? Doriel says, how do you think they will split the league, by region or by league, USFL, XFL, so there will be an official XFL versus USFL championship? I've been saying this the whole time. XFL conference, USFL conference. I've also been saying, and anybody who's constantly watched my show every Saturday for the past 10 episodes, since the intent to merge has been announced. They need to do it like this. Take 2024 and have the XFL play their season out, the USFL play their season out, and during the season, you have interleague matchups to where they have one home game and one away game against, XFL versus USFL. Have the playoffs play out the way they play out, crown a champion for each league, and then have a inaugural UFL or inaugural NSFL championship game between the winner of the XFL championship and the USFL championship. And then you crown your inaugural champion for the new merged league. And then the full merge comes into play in season 2 or in 2025. We'll just say that. So then that way, they have more time to get everything correct, especially like a schedule, where now they can have this. Because if you guys notice, you look at your season tickets. If you are a season ticket holder for the XFL, excuse me, yep, just like this. But if you have a season ticket deposit put down on whatever case, or you're a season ticket holder for any XFL team right now, I want you to do me a favor, because you may not have paid attention. Go check how many games there are. There's 6 away and 6 home games. And this was before the intent to merge was announced. Remember 8-1? 8-1. 8-1. And they kept making 8-1 seem like it was such a big announcement when it was just the release of season tickets. Go look at your season tickets. You got 6 away games and 6 home games. Why is that? Could what I've been saying this whole time come to pass? That they play out the XFL season, play out the USFL season, have a home game, XFL versus USFL, an away game, XFL versus USFL, XFL playoffs, USFL playoffs, champion crown, both champions play for the inaugural United Football League Championship or National Spring Football League Championship. Then we go into the 2025 season with a fully merged league, interleague matches or interconference matches, more XFL versus USFL games, basically, and you have a complete merged league with 16 teams. Then you can actually think about expanding already in year 3. Just a thought. But I think it's going to go like this: USFL conference, XFL conference, United Football League Championship. I think I agree with Rig, or National Spring Football League Championship. I honestly agree. But back to the NFL. Like I said, how about them Dallas Cowboys? Boy, we got to win. It wasn't ugly, or excuse me, it wasn't pretty. It was somewhat of an ugly win, but the Cowboys edged it out. And we were down. Ooh. L'Oreal says, what matchups are you anticipating? Honestly, Birmingham versus Arlington. Champion versus champion. I want to see that in the regular season in Spring League. I want to see that in the regular season. Because I kept saying it when Arlington won. Bob Stoops and Luis Perez together, that's a cold combination, dog. It's a cold combination. And they proved it. But that's actually a matchup I'm looking at. Birmingham and Arlington. Now, honestly, I'm actually looking forward to all XFL teams playing USFL teams. Honestly, I just want to see how it plays out. I just want to see who has the better teams between the leagues. That's all. To be honest with me. Or to be honest with you. But yeah, it was a great week. Last week in football, not even gonna lie, in the NFL. But this week is the playoff push. This is when the playoff push really begins for every team. And the way Dallas played kind of looked like the way the Eagles have been playing this season, how their games have been going. I'm not going to say how they've been playing, how their games have been going. You've gotten, like, the Eagles have had some scraps. They've had some true scraps this season, but their resilience has showed and pulled through. Jalen Hurts with a bunch of comeback, game-winning drives and comebacks in the second half by being down. Last 4 games, they were down at halftime. Come back in and win the game. Now, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully the refs get their stuff together because they've been horrible this season. I can honestly sit here and say that the NFL refs have cost team games this season and have helped teams win games this season. Straight up. If you ain't watching the same thing I'm watching, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. That would be awesome. That would definitely be awesome. Birmingham at the Battle Dome, that would be nice. Exactly, Rig. The refs have decided more games than anything this season. Real talk. The refs have decided so many games this season. Like that Cleveland versus the Jets, or not Cleveland, I'm sorry. Kansas City versus the Jets. The Jets should have had a chance to win that game, or at least tie it up and send it to overtime. That pass interference call was crap. Last week in the Houston game, Houston Jaguars, Houston got 2 pass interference calls. One of them, I'm on the fence with. I could see why they called it, but then again, I could see why they wouldn't call it. But that catch interference call that was blatant that they didn't call. What are you looking at? I'm just saying. Last week, Bills-Eagles game. Horse collar is clear as day. Horse collar is clear as day. But you call an intentional grounding on Josh Allen. And the funny thing is, if you go back and look the full replay, like the full view of the replay, and not just them zooming in on Josh Allen, Gabe Davis was right there when he threw that ball. That's why he threw the ball to avoid the sack. Gabe Davis was right there. So where do we get intentional grounding from? That should have been an incomplete pass. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that too. I think the Battlehawks are going to be the team to really follow and have the biggest fan base besides DC and Birmingham. I think Birmingham, DC, and Birmingham, DC, and the team you just said, St. Louis. Sorry, I got so much. They definitely made up for that miss on the Texans. Yeah, they did, but that drive got extended for the Jags. That drive that they had where they scored that touchdown, they got those 2 pass interference calls. That drive was extended because of those 2 pass interference calls. When it shouldn't have been. One of them for sure shouldn't have been a pass interference call on number 4. I forgot his name. But number 4 was picked on by the refs last week, and that was bullshit. I'm not even going to say no more. But yeah, the refs have been deciding a lot of games. So I hope that this week, because hell, the refs damn near decided this game on Thursday. Both teams had, I think, 10 or more penalties. I mean, it was just laundry. Just laundry all day long on the game. I was just like, come on, man. But it was a good game. I do have to say it was a good game. And you got to give credit to where credit's due. The Seahawks played their ass off. DK Metcalf went crazy for 3 touchdowns, over 150 yards receiving, like 10 catches or more. Geno Smith played very well for the most part. We call him David Carbaz. David Carbaz. That's a new one. I love that. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm gonna start calling David Carr. David Carbaz. Because boy, he said he don't like the end zone. I love it. I love it, man. That is hilarious. That is prime comedy right there. No, I don't think David Carr likes the end zone no more either. I think he's allergic to the end zone. But we got a big game. I mean, there was big games last week, but I think one of the biggest games, not the second biggest game of the season, because I think the first biggest game of the season really was like a real big game. I think it was Chiefs versus the Eagles Super Bowl rematch, which still think was bullshit that the Eagles won. But anyways, this matchup right here. This matchup right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If anybody's sleeping on CJ Stroud right now, you need to wake up. If you're sleeping on that man, wake up from your nap. Because that young man is a monster. That young man is a monster. David says it'll be interesting if more teams in the new league will play in MLS stadiums. Back in 2020, I flew to DC, the Battlehawks Defenders game at Audi Field. It's a nice sized venue for spring football. Oh, yeah. They're going to be looking at MLS fields and baseball fields, like certain baseball fields. And the reason why I say baseball fields is because look at the Raiders. Back in the day at the Coliseum, the Raiders were playing on dirt, bro. Dirt and grass mixed together. They were playing on a legit baseball field. So it's going to be interesting to see what fields they go after. Doriel says, can't lose to the Falcons, especially when it's basically our Super Bowl every year. And the way I just lost to the Falcons, that was ugly. That was ugly. Been saying that about CJ before he got drafted. As a Buckeye fan, I knew what he was about. I did too. And I'm actually happy for the Texans. And I think I'm happy for CJ because if he would have went to the Panthers, he would be looking just like Bryce Young. If it would have been reversed and Bryce Young was on the Houston Texans and CJ was on the Panthers, I think CJ will be struggling because there's no offensive line and no real wide receiver one. Like you got a running back and a wide receiver two, and the second tight end. Like you got a tight end too. You don't even have a number one tight end. Like I think it would be the same thing and the same result. But on Bryce Young's side, I don't think he would be doing. Still don't think he would be doing as good if he was on the Texans as CJ. CJ Stroud is a better quarterback in my opinion. CJ Stroud's a bigger quarterback, and CJ Stroud is more NFL ready, and it shows. Bryce Young needs a little bit more meat on his bones. He's too small. But this upcoming week, the 49ers and the Eagles, this is a huge matchup. This has a lot of implications going forward when it comes to the playoff push for the NFC conference. Like literally, number one seed is up for grabs over the next couple weeks. And the four biggest teams right now in the NFC that are fighting for that number one seed are the Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys, Detroit. Those are the four best teams right now in the NFC conference. And I honestly think that these next 3 weeks are going to be crucial to all three teams. Like Dallas's gauntlet for the remainder of the season is crazy. The Eagles' schedule for the remainder of the season isn't too crazy, but it's crazy. Like their last game is against Washington. So, you know what I mean? Our last game, I'm sorry, is against Washington. But as far as like the Eagles go, they have some tough competitors mixed in with the rest of their schedule. The 49ers have a decent schedule going forward. So it's no telling. Even Detroit, we got a big matchup with Detroit coming up in a few weeks as well. So the NFC is going to be clashing. The NFC is going to be clashing. Doriel says, I keep saying Columbus, Ohio is a prime spot for spring football. They have 2 MLS stadiums in the city. Stack them with ex-Buckeyes and Big Ten players. Just a no-brainer. But they don't need to. They got the Canton field. They got the Hall of Fame field on lock. That's why they're selling tickets for it. Yeah, and yes, Bryce Young needs to get taller. David says, I can also see the Dome at America Center as a site for the championship game in the new league. They know where their bread will be buttered. Yes, sir. B says, I hate both teams, but I'll be rooting for the 49ers. Me too. Yo, it sucks to say that, but I'm actually going to be rooting for my wife's team tomorrow. I'm going to be like, go, whoop that ass, because we need the Eagles to lose. We need them to lose. That way, when we play them next week, we have a better chance of beating them. And if we beat them by more than 4 points, then the tiebreaker is ours if we end the regular season with the same record. The tiebreaker will be ours, and we'll be the division leader. And we'll get that bye week. Just saying. But Rick says, being from Columbus, Ohio, I don't think they would get the support needed. They have failed in the past trying different leagues. They just need to have the games at the Ohio Canton at the Cantons Stadium. That's all. But yeah, this is huge. Like I said, this has huge implications for the remainder of the season in the NFC. And I honestly think that moving forward, whoever loses this game is going to have a tougher road. I honestly think that. Regardless of the team that they're playing with the remainder of the schedule, I think whoever loses this game, it takes some confidence away. And I hope the 49ers blitz their ass like they did us. Blitz their ass. Beat them by more than you beat us. Just to prove a point. I'm just saying. Hit says, I was about to say, the only reason you voting for the 49ers is because you're white, but maybe your hatred of the Eagles factors in too. Yes, it does. I hate both teams equally, but I'd rather see the 49ers beat the Eagles because that's good for the NFC East division and for Dallas in the NFC East division. So, yes, I can't stand the Niners. I can't stand the Eagles, but tomorrow I will be rooting for the Niners. Not saying I'm going to be a temporary fan. No, I'm just rooting for the team to obliterate the Eagles to set us up for another obliteration. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm just happy the Texans are having a good season and the McDumbass is out of the league for now. He talking about Josh McDumbass Daniels, who got caught cheating and ain't never been a good coach since. On another note, now the St. Louis lawsuit versus the NFL and Stan Kroenke is settled, I'd actually like to see the city pursue NFL preseason games at the Dome, maybe the Chiefs versus anybody. I like that. No, I'm not no damn temporary fan, okay? Rooting for a team to win and actually being a fan. You ain't going to see me in no damn 49er gear. I'm just going to be rooting for the Eagles to lose. So if I'm rooting for the Eagles to lose, that means I'm rooting for the 49ers to win, okay? Leave me alone, Hit. Leave me alone. Damn it. Yeah, Josh McDumbass. He said Josh McDumbass. Josh McDaniels actually got caught cheating, and ever since he hasn't been a good coach, man. He hasn't been a good coach since. So I'm just saying. But yeah, it's gonna be a huge week in the NFL this week. Playoff push is here, but this is the biggest game, in my opinion, of the week. So I wanted to sit down and talk about it because that don't make me a temp. That don't make me a temp. I'm not temporarily a fan of their team. I will always hate the 49ers. Okay? But just so you guys know, with the NFL, if you don't realize, the NFL is classified as a sports entertainment company. That means that they can set up who wins and not get in trouble for it. Because if you guys notice, you can bet on wrestling. You can actually bet on wrestling matches. Legitly. But we all know wrestling matches are fixed. Just saying. Go look at the logo for the Super Bowl. Don't be surprised if the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers play in the Super Bowl. Don't be surprised. Just letting y'all know. Rick says he has the 49ers by 6. That's what the line is right now. The line is 3. Yeah. They are classified as a sports entertainment company. The NFL is a sports entertainment company. So when I keep sitting here saying the NFL is rigged, the NFL is rigged, the NFL is rigged, look at what's been going on with the NFL refs this season. The Chiefs should not have beat the Jets this season. The Eagles should not have made 4 straight second half comebacks and won these games, especially when they've given up, when they've allowed Washington Commanders to score 31 points in both games that they've played. I know it's been rigged for years, bro. I know it's been rigged for years. And I keep telling everyone that the NFL is rigged. You're like, oh, Jersey, you're tripping. You're tripping. You're just mad because your team lost. No, I watch football. I literally watch football, y'all. I will literally sit here and have multiple games on at one time. But I literally watch football, y'all. Real talk. And I watch what happens in these games. And I watch what calls the refs make. And I watch everything going on. I watch these idiots sit here and have a player right here. They right there for you to tackle them. And you trip over air. You trip on the turf. What are you tripping over? You're slipping on grass. Where? How? So I've been saying it for the longest that the NFL's been fixed and the NFL's rigged. Been saying it. Just saying. Like even last year, the logo for the NFL's colors were red and green. Who played in the Super Bowl last year? The Chiefs and the Eagles. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, pay attention to certain things, man. Anyways, let's do the topic of the week. No? It's a little bit? All right. Now, we're going to do the topic of the week first before we do the fan mail. We're going to end the show with fan mail and championship week in college football. Now, topic of the week, guys. Should the MVP award, the NFL's MVP award, be renamed the QB award, the best quarterback in the league award? Right. The Bucs winning the Super Bowl was not rigged. Hell, Ray Lewis winning a Super Bowl the year he retired wasn't rigged. Come on now. My man got away with murder. Ray Lewis got away with murder and got to end his football career winning a Super Bowl. His second Super Bowl at that. Just saying. Just saying. But anyways, let me know how you guys feel about this. Should the MVP award be renamed the QB award? or the best quarterback award. Because I'm just saying, every year now, there ain't no actual other players aside from QBs who are getting nominated for these damn awards. There's no, like, even if they're in the conversation, by the end of the season, it's all based off of how the quarterback played. Christian McCaffrey right now should be one of the front runners for the MVP award, the way he's played all season. Even with missing a game from injury. He missed one game from injury, came back, and still was dominating at the running back position. He's the best running back in the league right now. But his name isn't up there. We're talking about a bunch of quarterbacks. We're talking about Jalen Hurts. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about Josh Allen in him. Come on now. Why isn't Tyreek Hill's name in there? He's leading the league in receiving yards. Yes, it should, and then give the Offensive Player of the Year award to someone other than a quarterback. Exactly. Well, no. As far as the Offensive Player of the Year award goes, if the quarterback was your best offensive player, I get it. He should be nominated. But when it comes to the MVP of the league, I feel that the voting should be done based on all skill positions. Even on defense. If you got a guy sitting here setting a record for sacks in a season, why isn't their name in the MVP talk? If you got a running back who's accounted for 50% of your touchdowns, of your team's touchdowns this season, why isn't their name in the MVP conversation? When these receivers are sitting here taking a 2-3 yard pass from the quarterback and running 70, 80 yards for a touchdown, why is the quarterback getting more credit? He threw a little 2-yard dump pass. He threw a little 7-yard slant. And the receiver got the yards after the catch and did what they did to get that touchdown for them. Why is the quarterback getting all this credit? Why aren't we giving, and that's another reason why I asked about, should yards at the catch stat be only for wide receivers and air yards be a stat for quarterbacks? That's how it should be. And I feel that way the wide receivers get credit for what they're doing, and the quarterbacks get credit for what they're actually doing. Throwing a 7-yard pass, or if you throw the ball down the field 30 yards and your receiver catches it, that's 30 yards for you. However many more yards that receiver gets should be just a stat for that receiver, not the quarterback. Because the quarterback ain't getting no yards at what yards after the catch are you accumulating for your team? You just threw the ball and you're standing there now, waiting to see what happens, walking up the field. Why are you getting credit for what your receiver did? Just saying. Now, I went to Facebook about it, of course. And let's see, where's that screenshot? Because I actually got some good feedback on this. Hold on, guys. Because I really want to put this out there, because I mean, come on now. Does it make sense? Like, does it really make sense that the quarterback gets all this credit? I mean, they don't deserve it. Rick says, what I'm saying is rename the MVP award to the QB award. Just do away with the MVP name. See, I agree to a certain extent, but then again, I don't agree. because I still feel they should have the MVP award available. It just should be about all skill positions, not just the quarterback, like it used to be when Adrian Peterson won as a running back. You know what I mean? When Randy Moss had the opportunity to win as a wide receiver, Calvin Johnson had the opportunity to win as a wide receiver. Larry Fitzgerald had an opportunity to win as a wide receiver. Now it's just all about the quarterback and what the quarterback does. And I don't think that's fair whatsoever. I think it's on my other device. Yeah, I think it's on my other device. Give me 1 second, guys. Because I had a response. I had at least 2 responses, I know for sure. One from my cousin and one from a friend of mine. And I, for some reason, can't find the post in I can't even find the post in whatchamacallit. Dude, I do not know where I saved this at. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hit says QB should only be awarded based on their job title and games they play. It shouldn't be split. Then maybe have an MVP award for skill position. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have an MVP award for all skill positions. If the quarterback was the best player out of these different skill positions, then hell, he wins the MVP. But to only have quarterbacks, no wide receivers, no running backs, no tight ends, no defensive players. Come on now. Hell, Puka Nakua should be up there. Look how many receptions this man has at the beginning of his freaking career as a rookie. Just saying. Doesn't make no sense to me. Doesn't. And for some reason, I can't find this damn post. Sorry, guys. I thought I had this ready to go because I made sure I seen it this morning too. That's the crazy thing. I seen it. Here we go. All right, my cousin actually says they really don't have to look at the award like they do. Just consider other people besides QBs. Real simple, but they don't. They could figure it out if they really wanted to. Which I agree. I agree. Then my buddy David says, my buddy David Vargas, we call him Czar. He says they should just remove the MVP and just use Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year and just rename it Offensive MVP and Defensive MVP. The way it's done now is garbage. I agree. Would you send me, Rick? Hey, Rick just sent me this with the refs. You're a fool, bro. I love it, bro. I love it. Oh my goodness, that is classic comedy, man. I love it. I really do. No, but honestly, guys, like, what's going on, DeMarcus? Welcome in, brother. That's hilarious. I ain't even gonna lie, that is comedy right there. That is comedy. I didn't even see you jump in here, DeMarcus. My bad, bro. Oh, you're commenting on the. You're not actually okay. Gotcha. No, but honestly, that's hilarious. But I just feel like, you know, I agree. I agree with David. I also agree with my cousin. You know, they could take it away and just call it offensive MVP, defensive MVP, and then give a whole quarterback award, best quarterback of the season. It's not that hard, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really not that hard. But it's just a matter of what they want to do. But can you really say you're surprised when money, aka bribes from certain people, can change stats? So as you stated, it's all rigged. You're right. I get it, but at the end of the day, some of the plays that happen, like certain interceptions, if your wide receiver missed that ball and it tips off their hand, that's just a football play, bro. You know what I mean? But like, you got to do running downfield, and you think it's a fast break, or I said fast break. You think it's home. You got end zone right in your peripheral. You can see the end zone right in front of you. You going, but you got a guy coming up on you. He's damn near there, about to cut you off. Then he trips. And then he trips out of nowhere. And then the NFL commentators are like, "Oh, he breaks away from the tackle." What tackle was attempted? What tackle was really attempted? Dude over here, and he missed with that little bullshit dive. And then you got a breakaway. Come on now. Got a breakaway touchdown from this dude diving at your feet and missing, or tripping over air or ladybugs or an anthill on the turf. Stop it. That ain't even grass on most of these fields. It's turf now, or it's turf and grass mixed. New hybrid fields. Stop it. Stop it. I can't with you, Rig. No, but you guys, come on now. Just look at start watching these games the way I do. Whether it's your team playing or not, just start watching these games the way I do and just look at certain things. When you see breakaway touchdowns and these guys are going all the way to the end zone and you see somebody trailing them, about to catch them, and then they fall and they trip over nothing, and just watch certain things in these different games and you guys will see what I'm talking about. You're going to be like, damn, Jers. I never really paid attention like that. Because if you don't believe the NFL, the sports entertainment company, is rigged, you got another thing coming. You have another thing coming, and they put out the subliminal messages by their different logos and advertisements. That's why I say don't be surprised if the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers are in the Super Bowl this year. Purple, red. Look at the logo colors. It's purple and red. Don't be surprised. My boy he's really not a sports guy, but he says, I'm not a sports guy, and you know that. And I say that shit is so funny, but effed up at the same time. And it is. It is. But the crazy thing is, these players are warned about it beforehand. These players are told about it beforehand. I mean, I've seen an actual legitimate video my wife showed me of a guy saying that when he got drafted, they told him what year he was going to get injured in, even though he wasn't going to really be injured, but what year he was going to get injured in. And it was going to be like a torn ACL injury or something like that. It was crazy. DC, why are we talking about DC versus Birmingham in a championship? We ain't even got a season with teams, yo. What is going? See, now that's the speculation bullshit I be talking about, y'all. Why are we talking about teams playing each other in the damn championship? We don't even know the name of the league yet. Because we can't say, oh, well, it's going to be the UFL. They already said it. No, they didn't. They got the what is it? The rights or whatever for they got the rights or whatever for it, for the name National Spring Football League, and they also have the rights for the name UFL Football League or United Football League. So we don't even know which name they're going to use for the league, let alone, oh, it's going to be DC versus Birmingham for the championship. That may be what you want, but guess what? That shit ain't happening. I'm going to tell you right now. Why? Because we don't even know who's all going to be in there. And if you think DC's going to be Arlington again, you got another thing coming. Because if DC couldn't even beat Arlington last season, what makes you think that something's going to change this season, bro? And DC lost a lot of players to the NFL. Stop it. Stop it. But welcome in, Chris. Welcome in. I'm just saying. I'm tired of seeing all this. Oh, well, this team's going to be here and this team. We don't know which team is going to be playing at all. We don't know. We don't know what teams are going to be in this new merged spring football league. So let's stop all the speculation. Let's stop saying, "Oh, well, I heard from my cousin's baby daddy, from his girlfriend, from her cousin on her daddy's side, and his uncle / nephew and grandpa daddy uncle said." Stop. Until a actual member of the XFL executive committee, USFL executive committee, or both committees combined, or whatever the case, until we get an announcement from somebody that holds water and weight, stop saying who's going to be in the damn championship game. Stop saying what teams are going to be in this league, because no one knows. Not Greg Parks, not Mike Mitchell, not James Larson, none of these insiders who are putting out any of this information, these speculated, rumored information. We don't know how many teams it's going to be. And they know damn well it will be stupid as hell to have only 8 teams start off this new merged league when you got 16 teams to utilize. How do you know what team's going to be there, Chris? How do you know? What information? Shit. You friends with Jerry Carndale? You and Russ Brandon go way back? Tell me something. I don't know, brother. Hold on, y'all. We got, oh, snap. We got someone in here with some deets. So who do you know? You and Russ Brandon like this? You and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson work out together at Project Rock? You know DC and Birmingham are going to be around or not going to be around. You know what teams are going to be in this new merged league already. Tell me something. I don't know. Shit. Tell me something. I don't know, y'all. Let's sit back. It's going to be good. Who you know? Because DC and Birmingham aren't going anywhere, so why wouldn't I be able to say that? Because we don't know who's going to be in the league, bruh. The Vegas Vipers, everybody's like, "Oh, Vegas ain't going nowhere. Their attendance sucked last year." Or they're getting moved because their attendance sucked last year. Well, that's not real. Did Russ Brandon say that? Honestly, did Russ Brandon say that? Did Danny Garcia say that? Did Daryl Johnston say that? Did Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson say that? Did anybody from, we know the season starts on May 30th or March 30th. We all know that. You want to know why? Because the PA, the actual PA put the announcement out, right? That's how we know. So where are you getting all this information that they know what teams are going to be in this new league? Where are you getting this information from besides that bullshit link you just posted? Which I'm going to tell you right now, holds no water or weight. But where? Please explain that to me. I need to know, because I'm telling you, that's false information right there. That article is bullshit. And the reason why I can say that wholeheartedly with a lot of confidence is because I have sources actually in the league. I know a lot about Vegas because I live in Vegas. And I got sources in Vegas that knows what's going on with the XFL as well as the USFL and this whole merge. So again, that right there, bullshit. I'll tell you that right now. We all know that the season starts March 30th. Every official person from the XFL and USFL who's announced it or made a post about it said the same thing. March 30th. Did it say with these specific teams? Let's keep it real. That's all speculation from that article that you're reading, which is a bullshit article. I'm going to keep saying it because I've seen that same article. That's why I laughed as soon as you posted that link. Because ain't nothing been confirmed. Nothing has been confirmed. And see how it's saying XFL, USFL merger finalized? Nothing's been finalized. It's been approved. Nothing has been finalized. Nothing has even been signed. Let's say it like that. Let's tell it for what it is. Nothing has even been signed. So to sit here and say Birmingham ain't going nowhere, DC ain't going nowhere, any of these teams ain't going nowhere, that's false information. Because, again, nothing has been finalized. All it's been done is it's been approved. So don't go and see that right there, Chris? That's what we like to call fake news. That's a bullshit article because nobody knows. No one knows. What's going on, Denzel? Welcome in, bro. He said what I missed. A lot. Chris came in here talking about DC and Birmingham going to play in the championship next year. We don't know. A-Chain says, even the Detroit Press article about the Michigan Panthers isn't true. Exactly. That isn't a newsflash. They told us when the season was going to start. That's it. Exactly. I think all teams will be in league with a couple of hubs and teams with teams with couple hubs and teams with teams that stadiums will play in their stadiums. All teams with stadiums will play in their stadiums and others will play in a hub. And it'll just, okay, see? Even the Detroit Free Press article about the team reveal isn't true. Exactly, because we don't know what teams are actually going to be in this new league. We don't know what teams are actually going to be in this new league. So we can't sit here and speculate anything. We can't sit here and say, oh, we know for sure. Because there's no truth to it. Robert says, see both XFL and USFL tickets or sell tickets too. You're right about anything being signed. Nothing has been signed. Nothing. Bro, I don't need your damn $100 from Cash App. Keep that. You gonna need it more than me. Because I'm telling you. Trust you? I can't trust you. You're not a trusted source. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you work for. I don't know who you know. Sorry, Mr. Bynes. I can't do that, buddy. But I can tell you this from my sources and from my trusted league resources that I have, because I know people, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing my job for a while now. Even they don't even know which teams are going to be in this new merge league. But again, this one said, I'll take that cash. I love it. I love it. Robert says, you are right. Nothing. Oh, I got you. You're good, bro. It's not. I don't agree. I don't disagree that Birmingham and DC are going to be in the league. I don't disagree. But I think it's going to be all 16 teams. That's why it's taking so long to announce it. I've been saying this since the merge was announced. I've been saying it since the merge was announced. That I have a feeling, or the intent to merge, excuse me. I've been saying this since the intent to merge was announced. I have a feeling that they're going to play out their seasons regularly in 2024 with interleague matches. Because if you look at your season, if you look at your season tickets have 6 games for home, 6 games for away. Why would they add 12 games, add 2 more games and make it a 12-game schedule if Something wasn't going on. Now the merge comes out. Now, granted, the intent to merge was announced after 8-1. They ain't stopped selling tickets since for every team. Exactly. 16 teams with teams that don't have stadiums will play in hubs. I think that can happen. Hey, go ahead, shake on that thing. There's his handshake. There's his hand. Denzel, get that hundo from that man. Get that hundo from that man. Because I'm telling you, you don't know what the hell's going on, just like we don't know. That's why I'm making sure everybody knows, and they can quote me on this show, and they can go back and they can share this video and share this episode of the show and make little clips and everything. We don't know how many teams or what teams will be in this new merged league. Nothing has been signed. It's only been approved. And the season starts March 30th. That's what we know. That's it. That's all. We can't go based off of nothing else. Because again, James Larson don't know. Greg Parks don't know. Mike Mitchell don't know. No other insider in the game knows anything right now. The only people that know are the executives, the owners, chairwomen and chairmen of these leagues, CEOs and presidents. None of us know. Bro, half the damn coaching staff, 99.999% of the damn players don't know what the hell's going on. That's why Mark Thompson's sitting here just spilling bullshit out his ass on social media. Oh, none of y'all can hold water. I ain't giving out my DMs no more. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You're trying to get clout. You're trying to throw little cryptic messages out there just to get the shit stirred up so that the XFL and the USFL stay relevant right now. Because they were losing their relevancy. They were losing fans. They were losing trust in this weight of what the hell is going on with this merge and all the speculation. Oh, there's going to be this many teams and that many. We don't know nothing about how many teams there's going to be and what teams will be. But I can assure you this, they're going to use all 16 teams. It may not be this year. It may not be next year. It could be the third year. But they're going to use all 16 teams and they're going to eventually expand, depending on how they do it from the beginning. So all we can do is sit back, relax. Yeah, we all know the hub system is trash. Like my boy Hit says, hashtag hubs don't get dubs. But guess what? If the hubs worked for the USFL for 2 seasons, it could work for this new merged league. Even if they're using the fields that the XFL teams already have leases signed with and adding more hubs to the USFL teams, or finding stadiums for them to play with and signing leases before the season starts. It's not hard. We don't know what the hell they've been doing behind the scenes. We don't. But I told everybody Wednesday night they was making an announcement this week about the merge being approved, and they did the very next morning. So believe me when I tell you, we know nothing else. We know nothing else. So with that being said, all we can do is sit back and wait, guys. All we can do is sit back and wait. It is. We've been saying it's like an XFL buyout more than a merge. The USFL buying out the XFL low key. Yeah, we all feel that. We all feel that hubs will drive fans away, especially the XFL fans. We all know that. We've been saying that for forever. Since the announcement of the intent to merge, we've been saying that. Rick says, damn, shit like that is what is killing me. People posting BS posts. I know, but they're doing it for clout, bro. They're just doing it for clout, likes, and all that, and just to get a reaction out of people. I knew what the hell I was talking about. And because I don't give out of my sources, people are like, oh, well, where's your proof? Well, here's somewhat of proof. Mark Thompson, dumbass, sitting here talking about, oh, damn, they signed it. They didn't sign anything. That's where all the speculating started. But my source actually told me, look, nothing has been officially signed, but the FTC did approve the antitrust portion of the merge. And I took it from there. And announced what I announced. Go back and look at all the different Facebook groups that I'm in, and even go back and look at my page. You'll see that I said merger has been approved. Rumors state an announcement will be made this week or as early as next week. We can only sit back and wait. It said it might be what I said, but I also know that that a hub is the only option. Then it don't matter. The team still gonna play the games. Exactly. If you take away the beer snake, then I feel like our fans will have a piss fit. They can't take away the beer snake. That is made into an official law in the XFL. I don't give a damn. If the USFL takes away the beer snake, the USFL are idiots. If Daryl Johnson and them think that taking away the beer snake is going to drive fans into the stadium, no, you're an idiot. If you keep the beer snake, you keep the lemons being thrown, you keep all the super fandom, your league will have success. Hands down. Your league will have success. Now, with that being said, who's ready for one of my favorite parts of the show? You already know. Mail time. Yeah. Yes, sir. We got some fan mail, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to send your fan mail questions to the show and have them asked and answered on the show, send them right here to thegridironpodcast@gmail.com, and I will make sure to get your fan mail questions on the show, asked and answered for you. Now, let's get into it. First question comes from Hit. So how does it feel to be right? Feels great, bro. It feels great. I tried to tell everybody who was bashing me and being disrespectful to me when I posted my post about, the rumor that the league merge was approved and that there would be an announcement coming or some type of news breaking about it. It felt good to be able to look back at those posts and see all that nastiness and be like, told you. What? Bro, I'm from New Jersey. I will never rep DC, pimp. Sorry. And I will never be a DC Defenders fan. Ever. Ever. Now, when it came to the USFL, I was a New Jersey Generals fan. Don't get me wrong. Because I'm from Jersey. But when it came to the XFL, I'm a Vegas Viper, baby. Fang Gang all day, baby. We got the Fang Gang Nation show for a reason. Fang Gang all day, baby. Stop it. I will never be a DC Defender. What is wrong with you? I'll strike you. Viper strike you for that. That's what the hell. You said be a DC Defender. Chris, we love you here, man. I don't want to be a damn battle hawk either. I ain't no damn battle duck. I will never be a battle duck. Okay? Never. I will never, ever be a battle duck. The hell out of here. We don't want no battle ducking around here. Quack. Okay? The hell's going on? But no, it feels amazingly great to be right. Especially when you're like me, and I'm not ever going to give out my sources, but I'm going to make sure that my sources are credible. Hey, yes, you're damn right I'm sipping that Vegas Venom. Sip, sip. You feel me? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But no, it does. It feels good, man. It feels good because that means I'm becoming credible as well. That means I can report something and people can actually listen to it and not be like, "Oh, I got to take that with a grain of salt." No, they can actually be like, "Okay, well," he said, "Look." Don't be hitting me with the ball hawk one line, Vance. Don't be hitting me with the ball hawk one line, Dan. No, Denzel. No, sir, Mr. Vance. Mm-mm. We poop standing up. At least we. So what? At least we can poop standing up. Y'all got squat. No, I know, bro. Hey, no, we all right. So look, we canceled our agreement and canceled the lease with Cashman. They're looking to sign a lease with the Las Vegas ballpark, which is the new AAA baseball team's ballpark. The Las Vegas Aviators is the AAA baseball team out here, and they're looking to sign a lease agreement with them for however many years so that we can play football there. Next question. You said it's an oldie but goodie. How do you feel about how Tom Brady kissing on his sons? Bruh. Mm. Mm. No, I know, guys. I know. I know. It's all love, man. I appreciate you guys being here and making this show fun today. I can't wait for Gabe to come back next week so we can, deep dive more into the merge and everything and have all you guys come back. But no, honestly, yeah. So now my New York Yankees get to come to Vegas and beat up on the A's. Yeah. But I do like the fact that we're getting all these professional teams out here in Vegas. Go Golden Knights. Let's repeat for the Stanley Cup. Go Las Vegas Aces. Let's repeat. Let's three-peat next season for that WNBA championship. You know how we do. We got back-to-back already. Woo woo. Vegas is becoming a sports championship town. Sports championship town. We're already the fight mecca of the world. All the UFC fights and big boxing fights and all that. They come here. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? But I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I kind of feel that. But I mean, if he doing that shit on national TV and stuff, now you starting to scare me. You doing it on national TV? This how you scare me. He said when his son's girls ask how they kiss so good, he says, "My dad." I ain't gonna lie to him. If he kissing them on the cheek or something, on the forehead or whatever, hey, that's your thing. But if you kissing your boys on the mouth and they grown men, a little weird. I'm just saying that's a little weird, y'all. I let Tom kiss me on the mouth. She's gonna let him put his lips on you like. Hey, Chris, he said you know what you want. Yo, I love it. Y'all made this show awesome today, man. He said, "What that mouth do, champ?" He said, "I need that Super Bowl kiss." Chris said, I only want winning lips on this mouth. Champion lips only, damn it. Oh, man. He said, for a meal, he can kiss me like a French girl. Hey, you're a fool. You and Chris, man. Y'all are fools. But yeah, I mean, it's his prerogative, bro. I I I really don't have no say. I think it's a little weird if you kissing your kids on the mouth and shit. Hey, I'm loving it. Word up, man. Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook if you're not following me on the Gridiron page as well. Just search for the Gridiron. Follow both of my personal pages. Well, my Jersey the King page is my personal page, and my Royalty Gamers and Podcast is my gaming YouTube or my gaming my gaming Facebook. But make sure you guys go and follow me on Instagram as well. Follow me on Spotify because I do post the audio version of the show every week. Follow me on TikTok as well. I keep calling out Stephen A. Smith, but he's scared. He's running scared. And make sure you guys subscribe to the Gridiron Podcast Show on YouTube because we will be moving the show over to the Gridiron Podcast YouTube channel soon. So make sure you guys go and follow me on or subscribe to the Gridiron Podcast on YouTube so you're up to date with everything. He said, for a meal, I'd pucker up. Love is love, weird or not. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. That's their prerogative. He won't be kissing his sons on the mouth as grown ass men in front of their wives and stuff. Hey, do you? You're a 7-time Super Bowl champion, the only 7-time Super Bowl champion in the modern day era. Do your thing, champ. He said, I got a meal. Denzel Vance Sr. Hey. Did your dad used to play football? Denzel? I don't know why that last name Vance sounds so familiar. So yeah, to answer your question, I mean, I really don't care. As long as that man ain't trying to kiss on me. You know what I mean? I don't really care what he do with his sons. But I think that's kind of embarrassing for them. It's kind of weird because I just don't feel that men should be kissing each other on the mouth. I don't care, though. It's not my prerogative. That's yours. You know what I mean? Next question. Final question of the night. Or final question of the show. For fan mail today. So with the latest news, how do you feel about the upcoming future of the league and or seasons? And I know you're talking about the spring league. No, I understand, bro. I completely understand. I'm fucking weak. Bro. No. Oh man. No, to be honest, I really think. Oh, okay. Word up. That's what's up. No, I'm actually excited about the news. I'm excited. I can't with y'all today, boy. I can't with y'all today. This is too fun, though. This is too fun. I'm loving it. Again, make sure you guys keep my boy, my co-host, my dog, Double G, and his daughter and family in your prayers. She's having a surgery today, and I just want everybody to pray that the Lord put his healing hands on her, man. For sure. You got to. But I'm very excited about the news of the merger being approved, that they're going to be going forward with everything. I'm very excited about what can come about from all this. Like, what we're in store for is what I'm really, really excited about. Like, we're in store for a lot when it comes to it. And if they do it the correct way, like, if they do it the correct way, for sure, like, I'm going to be excited about it because that means it's going to be sustainable for years to come. It's going to actually set the spring league up for being somewhat. I'm going to say it again. This is setting the league up to be somewhat of a developmental league for the NFL. Not saying that that's what it's going to be. Let me reiterate it. Let me say this again. So can't nobody try and misquote me or said I said this or said I said that. If they do it correctly, this could set them up somewhat to be like a developmental league for the NFL. Not to be the NFL's developmental league, but to be somewhat of a developmental league for the NFL. And the reason why I say that is because look what happened after the XFL season. Almost 70 players got signed. Yeah, they got screwed, but almost 70 players, if not 70 or more, got signed to NFL teams, whether it was to the practice squad or to the actual 53-man roster. Period. In the USFL too, 30, 40 players signed to NFL teams, active rosters or practice squad rosters. So that's what I mean by developmental. You're going to be able to pull good talent. Look at Brandon Aubrey. This man started his career in the NFL flawless. He has not missed. He's missed some extra points, but when it comes to field goals, he has made every single one of them. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to see the future of this league. I'm very, very excited to see how this merge comes about. And I'm very excited to see what the future holds for these players, these coaches, the opportunities for other players, coaches, analysts like myself, commentators, whatever. I want this new spring league to really be a league of opportunity for all. And that's what I see possibly happening. And that's what I'm most excited about. I can't even lie. That is what I'm most excited about. And I think that it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Because at the end of the day, you know, we can't complain if minimum of one team to survive the merger. Freaking rig. I can't. Y'all are too funny today, man. No, but honestly, I think that it's going to be good for the league. And if they really do it the right way, man, it's going to be popping. It's going to be popping. It's going to set the success up for spring football for years to come. Like the success that they're going to get is going to be just tremendous because now they have an opportunity. Now they're going to be setting themselves up for an opportunity to last years. We're not going to have like an 80s run where we last all throughout the 80s and then by the end of the 80s, no more spring football. You know what I mean? So this is the time now that they have to really put their foot down in the mud and take off the right way. Period. That's what needs to happen. Denzel says, I'm excited to see Battlehawks beat up on the Stallions and the Showboats. I'm excited for the league. I'm excited because my Vipers could be playing at Las Vegas Ballpark next season. What you talking about? Just saying. I'm ready. Now, does that answer your question, my boy? My good man hit. Does that answer your question, brother? I hope it does. I really does. But I want to thank you. Like always, man. You're my dude. Then mail time. You know what I mean?
Mail time.
So now before we get up out of here, we got to end on college football. We got to end on college football, y'all, because it's championship week in college football. Ooh, before we get into that, that's a good question. Ooh. He said, yes, now kiss me like Tom Brady. No, I like this. I like this. The Cedar Rapids River Kings. Is that who you're playing in your league? Hey, if you guys don't know, my man Denzel Vance does play football. And if I'm correct, you are in a semi-pro football league. Man, go follow him. Get some more information. Check out his games. Off-topic question: should Von Miller be allowed to play while the investigation is ongoing? Definitely not a good look if he gets to play. Just my opinion. No, I completely agree. I completely agree, bro. Von Miller this past week was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Thursday morning or maybe even Friday morning, yesterday morning. No, I think it was Thursday morning. I think it was the day of the Thursday night game or the morning of the Thursday night game. Von Miller was arrested or arrest warrant was issued for him. Okay, bet. Yeah, definitely go check out Denzel Vance, man. Make sure you guys go check him out. You get any information you can on where to watch his semi-pro football games if they are televised or streamed. So make sure you guys go and show some love and get to know Denzel a lot better, man, for sure. If you can't tell by his YouTube profile pic, that's him in uniform. Just saying. No, but I honestly think that with him having an arrest warrant out or him going and turning himself in and all that other good stuff, even if he is released, he should not be allowed to play. He should not be allowed to play. Why? Deshaun Watson got suspended for rape allegations. As soon as the allegations came out, he got suspended for rape allegations and was not allowed to play at all. Von Miller shouldn't get no special treatment. Von Miller should not get any special treatment. Von Miller should be suspended indefinitely right now, pending the investigation. Von Miller should not be allowed to play in any game pending investigation. That's only fair. Jim Harbaugh just got caught cheating and was suspended 3 games. And the NCAA still has a pending, an ongoing investigation going on. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I still feel he shouldn't be able to coach in today's Big Ten championship game, or if they make it to the college football playoffs, he should not be able to coach at all for the rest. You know what I mean? And you're definitely right about that. That is a damn black eye on the league. To allow him to sit here and play while there's an ongoing domestic violence case open against him, domestic violence charges with possible proof. Why the hell ain't he sitting in jail? I'm just saying, but you know, money talk, bullshit walk. But why is he not sitting in jail? Especially if there's some type of proof. So that was a great question, man. Thank you. I wanted somebody to bring that up. I was going to, but then again, I wasn't. I don't know. But no, honestly, I think his ass should be sat down some damn where, and he should not be allowed to play this week or next week or any other week until this case and investigation and everything is over. Period. Regardless or not, if he turned himself in and instead of third, he should still have to sit his ass at home. Now, championship week is going on in college football this week. It started yesterday with the Conference USA Championship, where New Mexico State, who's had a hell of a season this season. Exactly. Look what happened to Alvin Kamara. Exactly. Kamara ass had to sit. He said he should be bound to a chair and forced to watch Blippi. Such a ass up. No, but it started yesterday with the Conference USA Championship game with New Mexico State University and Liberty. The MAC Championship is going on right now. The Big 12 Championship is going on right now. And the Mountain West Championship is going on right now. Also yesterday, the Pac-12 Championship. Oh. Speaking of, hold on. Sorry, guys. Getting a little off topic. Speaking of North Dakota State, I made a post on Twitter to have a good one, Rick. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I thank you so much for stopping in like you always do, brother. Thank you. And thank you for making this show great. Awesome. Have a great rest of your day. Get ready for some more college football. But no, I actually just made a post to the Pac-12's Twitter page that instead of letting the Pac-12 die next season, they need to go and get teams like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, some FCS teams, San Jose State, move them up. Take some Conference USA teams like New Mexico State, who just went 10-4 this season. Amazing season this season for them. Their coach has them winning. Liberty and New Mexico State played last night. Liberty edged out the win to win the Conference USA Championship. But I'm just saying, a team like New Mexico State, a team like North Dakota State, let's spice up the Pac-12. Put some new teams in the Pac-12. Hell, why not? James Madison University. They went damn near undefeated this year. They lost one game. That was to Appalachian State. Come on now. But I'm just saying, put some of these smaller teams, HBCU schools, put them in the Pac-12 next season. And everybody's like, oh, well, most of the HBCU teams are on the East Coast. So the hell what? What the hell does that have to do with anything? Washington, UCLA, USC, Oregon, all these teams are leaving the Pac-12. Where are they going? To conferences on the Midwest or in the Midwest and on the East Coast. So what's the problem? What, cost? Cost ain't gonna matter. Why? Because these conferences pay these schools to be in the conference. And then the schools make the money by boosters, fundraisers, ticket sales, merchandise sales, all that. So stop saying money would be the issue, everybody. When I say this, money is not going to be an issue. All I got to do is just invite these teams to the Pac-12. Provide them with a little bit of money. Now these schools get better recruiting. These schools play better competition. These schools start off newer rivalries that could be rivalries for years to come. But let's keep the Pac-12 alive. That's all I said to him. Let's keep the Pac-12 alive. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And you're right. North Dakota State is a powerhouse. That's where Trey Lance came from. James Madison used to be the powerhouse, and that was the all-time FCS champions. Yes, you're exactly right. But there are some good FCS teams that could move up. Hell, they've had North Dakota State play a FBS team, and they did a hell of a damn good job when they played them. They didn't get blown out or nothing like that. So I'm just saying, these teams can compete. And then if you put them in a Power 5 conference, especially on the West Coast, like New Mexico State, you get more players that live in this area to say, oh, now I can go and play for my hometown or my home state. Like New Mexico State players. New Mexico players can be like, well, shit, now I can go to New Mexico State and know that I'm playing competition from SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC. You feel what I'm saying? That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do. But back to the championship weekend. Oklahoma, number 18 Oklahoma is taking on number 7 Texas right now for the Big 12 championship, and they are getting obliterated. 49-21. They have the ball. 6 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Miami, Ohio, and Toledo are playing in the MAC Conference Championship game right now, Mid-Atlantic Conference, and Miami, Ohio is up 16-14 with the ball, 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. The Mountain West Championship just started. The UNLV running Rebels. What? University of Las Vegas running Rebels. The University of Nevada, Las Vegas running Rebels is in the Mountain West Championship game for the first time in I don't know how many years. They played a good season this season. They're actually 9-3. Wow. Scores tied 7-7. Game just started. It's on Fox. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter. So make sure you go check that game out. And then you got all the big games. You got SEC Championship between Alabama and Georgia with college football playoffs positioning on the line, especially for Georgia. They can't afford to lose this game. Then you got the American Athletic Conference Championship that Tulane is taking on, and this is the AAC. Tulane, number 22, is taking on SMU. That's at 1 p.m. on ABC. That Georgia-Alabama game is on CBS. Right now, that UNLV-Boise State game is on Fox. Miami, Ohio, Toledo game is on ESPN. And Oklahoma, Texas is on ABC. Then later on, you got Appalachian State and Troy fighting for the Sun Belt Championship. That's going to be on ESPN at 1. You got Michigan and Ohio. Number 2, Michigan taking on number 16, Iowa. I'm sorry. Number 16, Iowa in the Big Ten Championship. That's on Fox at 5 p.m. Pacific. All these times I'm giving you our Pacific Standard Time, so adjust accordingly. Then you have the ACC Championship. Louisville, number 14, taking on number 4, Florida State, who we all know no longer has. You said the Dogs? Nah, what's going on, Vito? Yo, you finally made it to a show. That's what I'm talking about. Come to talk some football with your boy. Yeah, they did beat K-State a couple years back, North Dakota State. You damn right. And the Dogs, you think Georgia going to beat them? What if Alabama beats Georgia? Now, that's a good question. Alabama's number 8, right? And Alabama has 1 loss. Georgia has no loss. Now, if Alabama were to beat Georgia, they'd both be 11-1. Do they both deserve to be in the college football playoff? Even though Washington is undefeated, Florida State is undefeated, and Michigan is undefeated. That's 3 undefeated teams. But then you got a 1-loss team like Texas, who has wins over more top 25 ranked teams than Georgia this season. And if Georgia were to lose to Alabama, Alabama has losses to top 25 teams as well. So I'm just saying, how would that work? And why is Alabama and Georgia going to be secured a spot just because they're 2 SEC teams? And that's the thing that's killing me. Everybody acts like, oh, the SEC is the best conference in college football. Not in my opinion. They may have some great teams, but I honestly think the Big Ten can compete with them any day of the week. Maybe not the ACC so much. Maybe not even the Big 12. But the Pac-12, especially what we just had in the Pac-12. I mean, come on now. This season alone, the Pac-12 had how many teams in the top 25? Come on now. A lot more teams in the SEC. Just saying. Hell, even more teams in the Big Ten. Just saying. They've had, actually, if I'm not mistaken, the Pac-12 had more teams in the top 25 at one point in time this season than any other conference in college football. But Vito, if the Dogs lose, then what? Do they deserve to still be in the college football playoff? If the Georgia Bulldogs lose, do they still deserve to be in the college football playoff, guys? In my opinion, I don't know. It depends on how much they lose by. I don't know. Jalen Milroe is playing on a whole nother level now, brother. Milroe is playing on a whole nother level. You see, he got benched. They got benched. You dig what I'm saying? But Jordan Milroe is playing. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I ain't even going to lie. I think it's going to be one of the most competitive conference championship games for the SEC that we've seen in a while. And with a name like with teams like Georgia and Alabama, come on now. Trey says because there is biased people in the upper management and they already know which team is going to win. I like that. To me, Utah, if QB was healthy, they would have won the Pac-12. Yep, I think if Cam Rising would have been healthy this season, that Utah would have went back to the Pac-10 champion or Pac-12 championship and more than likely won. But if I'm not mistaken, Utah's leaving the Pac-12 too. Like everybody's leaving the Pac-12 except Washington State and wait. I think they're literally like the Pac-4 right now going into the next season. I think it's Washington State, Oregon State, Stanford, and Cal are the only 4 teams left in the Pac-12. Everybody else leaving. Oh, no, you good. Come on, Mike. You my bro. Come on now. You good, bro. But you need to start watching it, man. I'm telling you, it's fun. It's fun to watch and be able to come back here on Saturdays and talk about it. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I think that championship weekend is going to be great, man. Like, we're talking conference title games all day today. So, like I said, if you're missing out, go pull up ABC right now. Go check out Texas obliterating Oklahoma State 49-21. And Texas is only a 1-loss team. They still have an opportunity. They're 7th. I don't understand why they're not above. Well, after this week, they will be above Oregon. And they'll be above Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. You only watch Baltimore and the Eagles? Okay. Well, Eagles about to get their ass whipped tomorrow. Yep, Liberty's still undefeated. But you know they're not going to put Liberty in no college football playoff, and that's messed up. That's messed up. But I understand why. Liberty don't play that much competition that be in the top 25 either. So I get it. But that's another team. Put them in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 need teams. They currently need 8 teams to fill up the Pac-12 and make it the Pac-12 again. Or keep it the Pac-12, I should say. So why not go and grab a team like Liberty, a team like New Mexico State, a team like James Madison, a team like Jackson State from the HBCU? Just saying. You got to look at it. You put these teams in there. You put these teams in there. They get more. They get better recruiting. Hell, like I said, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, James Madison, Jackson State, Liberty, New Mexico State. That's 6. Then let's find 2 more teams to throw in there. And then you got the Pac-12 solid again. Now you got rivalries starting with Oregon State and Jackson State, Washington State and James Madison, North Dakota State and Cal, Stanford and Liberty. Like, this could be great rivalries to start. Why not? You know what I mean? Especially with Colorado going back to the Big 12. All these other teams leaving the Pac-12 and going back to other conferences. Fill up the Pac-12, y'all. But it's going to be a popping day in college football, man. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Bring Idaho back up, put them in the Mountain West. Yeah. Bring Idaho back, put them in the Mountain West, and put Boise State in the Pac-12. Perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. They just got to make the offer, and teams like that got to be willing to join. But if the NCAA and these different conference committees put that money up. Money talk, BS walk. They put that right amount of money up, say, hey, we'll offer you this much to come and join the Pac-12. You don't think them schools going to do it? That's new money, more money. You get me? New money for their schools, more money for their schools. That's new equipment, new uniforms, better recruiting. And again, let's say you got kids that live in California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, New Mexico, Arizona, teams like or states like that. And they got to go to Liberty. They got to go to, or they choose to go to Jackson State and teams that are, schools that are on the East Coast, but they want to play at home. You bring those teams to the West Coast? There you go there. Now you got players who are like, oh, I'm going to commit to New Mexico State because I'm from New Mexico, and now I get to play at a school that's in a better conference. So now I'm going to get looked at more. Why? Because I'm now going to be on primetime TV in certain games. You see what I'm saying? So it could all work out to the point where the Pac-12 stays alive and revitalizes itself and starts something brand new with different teams, new rivalries, better recruiting for some of these smaller teams, especially like the FCS schools. I would love to see like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, some of these FCS teams coming to the FBS, and moving into the Pac-12 will be perfect for them. But we'll just have to wait and see, guys. We'll definitely just have to wait and see. But it's something that if we all as fans start saying something to the Pac-12 about it and start really putting our opinions out there to them, you never know what could happen. You never know. We might get an announcement after the college football season's over that, hey, these teams will be in the Pac-12 next season, and the Pac-12 will stay the Pac-12. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's just a matter of us sitting back, waiting, and really hoping that they listen. Hit says it's sad that some of these college teams don't get acknowledged because they're not on TV, and that's what it is, bro. They don't get acknowledged because they're not on TV. But if you move them into a conference like the Pac-12, they will. Real talk. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. We went almost 3 hours strong, baby. I greatly appreciate all of you guys who came in today, made this show super fun for me, and kept me rocking and going today, man. You guys are amazing people. I love you guys so much, and I thank you guys for always supporting the Gridiron. Make sure you go and follow my boy Gabe Garcia, aka Double G, on all his social media accounts. Right there at the bottom. Also, if you want to send in your listener mail questions, your fan email question, or fan mail email for Gridiron Nation is gridironnationpodcast@gmail.com. That's gridironnationpodcast@gmail.com. And you can catch the Gridiron, you can catch Gridiron Nation every week on Tuesdays, whether it's live or just audio. You got to go and follow Double G to know. So make sure you guys go and check that out, Gridiron Nation Podcast at Gmail, and you can send your listener mail questions over there to him. And again, to send in your fan mail questions for the Gridiron Show, the Gridiron Podcast at gmail.com. Again, that's the Gridiron Podcast at gmail.com. Yes, sir. So again, I want to thank you guys for sure for pulling up. And yo, I can't. No, the real talk. I want to thank you guys for everything you guys do when it comes to supporting this show. And if you want to donate to the show, just check my YouTube and check donations. You can always donate to the show and make it better, so we can add more stuff to the show. Things like that. It's up to you guys. You don't have to. Anybody forcing you to do anything. It's just thought, you want to. He said, I'm done. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Brady kissing his sons on the mouth like, yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, I mean, that's a little weird. No, but again, man, I want to thank you guys for always making this show great. Thank you for the new people who joined in today, like Chris Bynes and them. Thank you for popping in, giving us some laughs, giving us some good takes, some good things to debate about. The whole nine, man. Y'all are amazing. He said too much for me. I'll go check. I go a little bit, just a little bit. No, but real talk, man. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do for the show. And I'll see you all next Saturday. Double G should be back with me, and we're going to go in. We got a lot of football to talk about next week as well. So make sure you guys keep it locked right here on Facebook and YouTube for the Gridiron Podcast Show with your host, Jersey the King, and my boy Double G, Gabe Garcia. Again, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in today. Later, brother. I love y'all for being here, man. Thank you all for watching. This is the Gridiron. I'm out.